This is SportsLine.
Hey there and welcome into SportsLine. I am Steve Layman. Glad you are here with us on this Wednesday night on NewsChannel 5+. We have a special show for you tonight because this is a special week. And for any of you who've lived in Nashville for any time at all, you know that the last weekend in April means that we're getting set for the St. Jude Rock and Roll Marathon here in Nashville. The 19th running this year. They get started bright and early on Saturday morning, and we will talk all about that tonight. Keats McGonigale is here. He's the Senior Regional Director for the Mid-Atlantic Upper South region of Ironman, which helps take over the Rock and Roll Marathon this year. And then Rick Zortman at the far end of the table tonight. He is a St. Jude hero coming down to take part in the race this weekend. He's run for a terrific cause, as so many people are on this great race weekend. So we will get to a lot of stuff throughout the course of the night. Our phone lines are, as always, are open. 737-7767 the number. Call us up if you're involved in the race, have any questions, because there's a lot of logistics about coming in and getting your packets and getting set for race day, even nutritional ideas. These guys can certainly help you out with that to get set for Saturday morning, what time you have to be there Saturday morning. We'll get to all of that stuff throughout the course of this. We'll talk about any course changes, anything that you need to know about the 19th running of the St. Jude Rock and Roll Marathon we will get to tonight. Also, if you want to help out in some way, if you want to donate in some way, there are a lot of good causes around this race. We'll get to some of that as well during the course of the show. But again, phone lines are open for you. If you want to chime in, as always, you are welcome here on the program. 737-7767. We'll start with you, though, Keats. Welcome to Nashville, first of all. Recent transplant, as so many people in this city are, but for a great cause, obviously, to get involved with this race with Ironman and now the Rock and Roll Series. And you're going to be based right here in Nashville with the race. That's got to be pretty unique and fun for you.
Yeah, it's really exciting. You know, I've been with the Ironman Triathlon Series for about the last 10 years. And last June, our company acquired the Rock and Roll Marathon Series. And so now we're integrating their team and our team. And with that, we're putting a stake in the ground here in Nashville and saying that this is one of our most significant, most important events. And so we're moving a team of people here. So I got to relocate here in January with my family. And we're bringing, you know, we'll have about 10 or 12 people moving here over the next few months. So it's an exciting time for us.
So you brought up two questions there for me in just what you said. Number one, what was it about the Rock and Roll Series and the race that made it attractive for Ironman to jump in and want to partner and be a part and acquire?
Yeah, so for us, it's exciting because Rock and Roll is about bringing the fun to the run. You know, the Ironman is a little bit more competitive. The Rock and Roll events is more accessible to everybody, and it's an experience that's unique, combining the unique atmosphere of the city and the music and putting that together. And it creates an amazing experience, amazing atmosphere for people to come and participate in. Well,
people who have been around here for any length of time or watched any of these races over the course of time, now 19 years, you know that it's a ton of fun out there and there's a lot going on. The second part to that would be Nashville's always been sort of a flagship for the Rock and Roll Series. Is that the reason for the office or the home base here in Nashville, or what made Nashville such an attractive city for Ironman and for yourself to plant that flag?
Yeah, you hit on it at the start there. You know, this is our key event on the eastern side of the U.S. for the Rock and Roll event series, and so that's why we're saying, you know, this is where we want our home base to be. This is why we're starting an office here. This is why we're moving people, investing time and energy and effort to be in here, because, you know, we know that this community embraces the event and we're excited to be a part of that.
Now, as for Rick, you're a competitor. You're going to be a runner this weekend. Give me, I want to get deep into eventually your story here, but give me just your mission this weekend when you hit that start line.
My mission is to run for the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, and actually this will be my third half marathon in 15 days. Wow. And so to be able to go out and run one more is going to be, it's going to mean a lot more to me, because it's for an organization that I truly believe in. And so I've raised money for St. Jude, and I've done it the right way. I've done it where, as part of the story goes, I've kind of sketched names for children fighting cancer, children who have lost their battle with cancer. And it's kind of hard to explain, but at the same time, it's I kind of use GPS. Yeah. And I sketched the name out on paper, and whether it's horizontal or diagonally, it all depends on how it looks. And so what I'll do is I'll run the name, and then what I do is I usually tag whoever submitted the name, and then I share that with all my running groups. And so it means a lot to me being here, because I've been to St. Jude. I took the tour of St. Jude, and to see all the patients there, and to see the battles that they went through and my son went through. You know, my son didn't go through St. Jude because he was too far along, but it was to the point where it was an option for us. And so I'm kind of running for St. Jude because I want there to be a cure so no kid or no child should ever pass away from cancer.
I think everybody can get behind that for sure. I want to get into that story much more when we come back from this break. But real quickly, 3 marathons or 3 half marathons in 15 days?
3 half marathons in 15 days.
Is that normal for you, or how's the body holding up?
Well, it's holding up pretty well. It's I didn't really anticipate doing that, but I have ran back-to-back half marathons, you know, 2 days and 2 half marathons. So for 15 days and 3 half marathons, I'll be okay.
Wow. Well, that's an incredible story. Obviously a great cause here, and we certainly wish you well with that. We will get into much more on that story. We'll get into much more of the logistics of this race as well. Coming up, we'll take our first break here. Don't forget, phone lines are open. 737-7767 is the number. We want to hear from you tonight. You got questions, you have comments, you just want to wish these guys luck. If they were running 26.2, they'd need it. We know Rick's going to be good on the 13.1, but man, we'll get you all set for the 19th running of the St. Jude Rock and Roll Marathon here in Nashville, coming up on Saturday morning. Stay tuned. More SportsLine on the way right after this here on NewsChannel 5 Plus.